What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Finn. This is Everly. And if you're new here, we cover pro wrestling content from AEW to TNA to WWE. We might throw another promotion in there. Not quite sure. We might just keep it the same three promotions that we have been doing. Yes, she's over here munching right now. Whatever. As you see, we're back to where our normal spot is instead of some random building in an undisclosed location. On this episode, we are going to cover this week's WWE shows, which is the 17th, the 18th, and what date is Smackdown this week?
21st.
And the 21st. This is our third week of uploads, so this is WWE Week 3 recap for us. So, let's go ahead and kick it off with Monday Night Raw. So, on Raw, we started with John Cena addressing the WWE Universe about why he kicked Cody in the nuts and proceeded to viciously beat the ever-living shit out of him. So with that, you know, he comes out. This is all you guys' fault. You didn't like when I first debuted as the prototype. Then I changed to try to fit what you guys wanted, and you liked me for a minute, and then you guys turned your backs on me. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. You know, all that. You know, we were all guilty of it, except for maybe your kids. Who were probably one of the only people who was really out there going, let's go Cena, while the rest of us, Cena sucks, you know. And then he tried to evolve himself again to be better for us, be that moral high ground that we all should strive to be, and we still hated him. Honestly, bro, it's because it got stale as fuck quick. I love the Doctor of Thugonomics shit. Like, had you stayed there, actually no, that would have gotten stale too.
He claimed that we made him the butt of an invisibility joke for the last 25 years.
It's not wrong. He's the one who came out with, "You can't see me. You can't see me." Alright, cool, we can't see you. Damn, who's in the ring talking to Cody Rhodes? Who's in the ring talking to Randy Orton? Wait, why is CM Punk floating in the air? I mean, like, you brought that one on yourself, okay? But Cody Rhodes ends up coming out to address Cena and his quote-unquote bogus claims. Granted, honestly, when you really think about it, this is probably the most justified heel turn we've ever fucking had.
Yeah. The
most unexpected and justified, because, yeah, we kind of treated him like shit. But Cody comes out talking about, you were special to everybody. You were important. You were somebody that we all looked up to, this, that, the third, blah, 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 blah. And Cena kind of just, okay, whatever.
Stands there, no facial expression.
Drops the mic and walks the fuck out on Cody.
No, Cody left first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cody did leave first. My bad. Cody left when he realized he's not actually going to get a back and forth with Cena. And honestly, that's probably to save Cody's career. Because we all know, like, Cena will rip you a new one without even thinking twice about it. And then you put on this new attitude with it. Oh, no, like, what we've seen before probably wouldn't touch any anal rippage that he would ensue this time around. Yes, I saw that. Anal rippage. Alright, so after that, we had Ludwig Kaiser. Fucking shit.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser roll, yeah.
Versus Penta in a no-holds-barred match.
Pretty good match. Penta got the win on that. Yes, I'm a big Penta fan. But Penta got the win. Good back and forth match, you know. Miss Muncho's over here. Anything to add to that one?
No, it was pretty good.
Okay. You heard it here first. It was a good match. Munch, 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 munch.
Maybe.
Next you got Ivy Nile versus Dakota Kai.
Again, Chad Gable returned, kind of distracted Ivy a little bit. She kind of.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that actually.
Kind of lost her edge for a minute.
Yeah, it threw her off guard, so she kind of was like, what am I doing? Dakota ends up winning that. Explain that part, because that does not seem like that's part of the match.
Oh no, it was just something that happened during the match.
Oh yeah, for some reason they had like a backstage segment with Judgment Day in the middle of that match.
Yeah.
It really didn't pertain
It was before
anything.
It was actually before the match started.
Yeah, it was like while they were coming out. For whatever reason, they felt that was the time to go ahead and do a backstage segment with a group. Trying to remember what happened in that segment, though. Yeah, whatever. Backstage segment with the Judgment Day that...
Other than...
Oh! I remember. Dom comes in and is talking to the girls and Carlito. And then Finn comes in and he's like, yo, Dom, thanks so much for getting me this this match. I really appreciate it for the IC title against Braun Breaker later on in the night. And then Dom says that he's been talking backstage to this person and that person, and he thinks that Penta would be a good fit for the Judgment Day. Keep in mind, Penta just announced after his match that he wants to go for the IC title. So, fast forward to this segment. Dom tells Finn this, and Finn's like, wait, what? Penta. Of all people that you talk to, Penta is the one that you want to bring into the Judgment Day. The guy who just said that he wants to go after my IC title. Keep in mind, he's not the actual champ. It's Braun Breaker who's the champ. But in Finn's head, like, he's going to win this match hands down, so it's going to be his title. And he storms off. Dom turns around to address Liv and Raquel, and they're gone. And it's just Carlito standing there. He goes, I didn't even know he said anything about the IC title. And Carlito, probably the best thing he said since his return, you don't even watch the show, do you? And then they end up going to the Ivy Nile and Dakota Kai match. Dakota won that. Pretty decent match. Granted, I feel if Chad Gable hadn't fucking come out, she would have been on her game a bit more. It just threw her, considering they haven't heard from him in a minute. So, it threw her game off. After that, we had the WrestleMania contract signing between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. Both of them kind of exchange their words, but they keep it, civil, whatever. They sign their respective spots on the contract. Boom, the WrestleMania match has been made. And then...
out comes Mommy.
So, yes, Rhea comes out talking mad shit about how she's not going to stand for Io slapping her in the face last week, unlike Bianca. Bunch of shit talking, whatever. And they kind of get into a scuffle between the three of them. Io ends up on the table that they signed the contract on, and Mommy does, what was it, like a powerbomb? Yeah. Takes Bianca, powerbombs her onto Io, who is on the table. The table didn't break, which surprised me, but Then she gets in Pierce's face, looks down, grabs the contract, signs her name, and walks off with the contract in hand. Pierce giving chase. Okay, hey, give me that. This isn't official. This isn't official. You can't just throw your name in there. It's not official. She's like, yeah, the fuck it is. My name's on the contract now, so it's official. I'm in this motherfucking match. But it was a nice little segment.
Yeah.
Granted, something that we all kind of saw from coming from a mile away. When Rhea lost the title to Io in granted, they're not really touching on that. Because the way that she lost made no sense to me. It should have been a DQ. But...
yeah, we've already gone over Jericho Carr's little mistake there.
And they haven't even referenced that whatsoever. So... they're just pushing it off on Mommy being pissed off.
She has to right to be.
Oh, yeah. But we were calling a triple threat at WrestleMania for...
after that.
like, since that. That was, what, 3-4 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. So, no. 3 weeks ago, yeah. We were calling it a few weeks back, though. Then you had Jay and Austin Theory with Grayson Waller in Theory's corner. Oh yeah, at the beginning of the match, you know, Jay does his thing where they show him backstage. Hey yo, please, will you please hit my music? Yeet. And then they hit it. He walks out, you know, the whole yeet down showdown. Well, during that part, he ends up bumping into Gunther, which, as you guys already know, those two are going against each other for the world title at WrestleMania, so that's all heat between the two. They start getting into it. Pierce was like, no. I've already got way too much shit to go through today. This is not happening. Jay, go do your match. Gunther, get the hell out of here. You know, so Jay come out. Jay gets a rather quick fucking win.
11-second match.
Was it? Yeah, the match was over in like 11 seconds. Granted, with that being said, apparently the match was supposed to be booked for 11 minutes, but they had to cut the match short because apparently the Cena and Cody segment ran too long, whatever.
Correction, it ended in 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds, whatever. Point is, for, like, they bodied the fuck out of Austin Theory.
Yep.
Just straight buried him in a 30-second match that was supposed to be 11-minute match. So don't get me wrong, it wasn't a ungodly long match that was set beforehand anyways, but damn, did they have to do him like that?
Oh yeah, they're trying to make it look good for Jay on his way to WrestleMania.
Okay, they can make him look good without completely burying somebody who, honestly, despite him being with Grayson Waller and irritating me, he is good. And you just buried the fuck out of him by having him lose in 30 seconds.
But in that sense, when you have to readjust the time because something goes over than what it was supposed to be, it kind of...
But 30 seconds? 11 minutes to 30 seconds.
Hey, at least it's no worse than Sheamus beating Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania in 6 seconds. I mean, at least you got
Bro,
30
kicking
seconds
done.
after kissing AJ Lee.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, by the way, since you bring her up, AJ, we miss you.
I miss you.
Come back.
Yes, please.
Please. But, what were you saying?
There was a picture of her and Caitlyn on Instagram. They had run into each other.
Oh. Not that Caitlyn looks anything like what she used to, but...
she started growing her back. She's starting to look the same again.
Hey! Maybe a Caitlyn return?
I doubt it, but one can only hope.
So... Yeah. He's he's been a good mid-card talent that has promise for main event talent.
He's just
Not when they're going to bury him like that, though. That's going to kill any credibility that he's already developed.
I mean, he was
with the
Vince,
fans.
He was Vince McMahon's little boy, like Drew McIntyre was at
Yeah.
first. So now that Vince isn't there, he's not getting
The same treatment.
Yep.
But, whatever. Digress. Jay got the win. I'm going to let you take the next match since you're done munching over there.
Well, we're not finished with the Jay. Waller tried to attack him after the match, but Jay super kicks him. Gunther tries to do a sleeper hold from behind. Jay gets the best of Gunther, surprisingly.
Yeah, considering Gunther's had his number the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But honestly, at this point though, if Jay didn't get the upper hand, I'd be like, bro, how many times you gonna get put in that sleeper hold before you figure out how to avoid it?
Yeah. Then it goes to a backstage segment where Rhea, Bianca, and Io are backstage fighting at this point. It gets broken up. Then, then we switch over to American Made versus the LWO.
Sorry, nobody really cares. Like, I know we're doing what we're supposed to, but nobody gives a fuck about that feud.
The LWO won, thankfully.
Right.
But the mystery masked luchador came out and attacked
Yes.
the LWO after the match.
Mystery masked luchador, not Chad Gable.
Great. And we have Seth Rollins coming to the ring for his in-ring promo. Basically discussing what happened last Monday with Roman Reigns attacking and everything.
Now, we were talking about that after that promo, because most of what he said, because he said he's going to be on Smackdown this week, since both Punk and Roman are going to be at Smackdown as well. Mm-hmm. So he's going to take his happy little ass over to Smackdown and address some issues, right? That's literally what the whole promo was. Like, pander to the fans a little bit. Let them sing his song. Okay. And fucking, I'm going to SmackDown this week. So, going back to the Jay and Austin Theory match, how it lasted 30 seconds instead of 11 minutes. Cut Seth Rollins' promo out.
And they would have had enough
time. And they could have given, not just enough time. They probably would have had to cut it by a few minutes, but it could have been a better match.
Yeah.
They could have given him 5 minutes. Because, when Seth Rollins comes out, the crowd spends a good 3-4 minutes singing his fucking song. And then whatever time he spends talking.
Yeah.
So they could have given Jay and Austin Theory a solid 5 minutes of a match, which would have looked a lot better than, 30 seconds in, Jay hits a fucking spear and gets the pin.
Right.
Like, come on. It irritated me. Yes, it irritated me that much because you had a pointless promo that they could have scrapped that to make a match that, honestly, I was looking forward to that match. Mm-hmm. So, I kind of pissed me off that they cut that match so short, but didn't cut a promo that really didn't mean shit.
Yeah. Then we had a backstage segment with AJ Styles, Karrion Kross, and Scarlett walked up to talk to AJ, going back and forth, trying to turn him to the dark side.
Mm-hmm. Something that I don't know how many of y'all might have noticed, but anytime Karrion Kross tries to persuade somebody, whether it's AJ Styles, Xavier Woods, Sami Zayn, he's always had the same hairstyle as them. Xavier Woods, he had it pulled up kind of in the bun that Xavier keeps his hair in most of the time. Sami Zayn, he kind of had that, part of it was down, part of it was in the man bun. AJ Styles normally has his hair straightened and down. Karrion Kross has been wearing his hair that way too. It's one of those subtle details that I noticed, or that was pointed out to me while I was on the Book of Faces. Yes, I'm old and have a Facebook, okay? But one of the wrestling pages that I follow, I wish I could give credit to the page that posted that, but I follow like 6 or 7 wrestling pages, so I do not remember which one it was. But to whichever page posted that, thank you, because I didn't even notice that until it was pointed out to me. So here I am pointing out to anybody who didn't notice that. I just like subtle details like that, honestly.
Then the final match of the night was Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker for the IC Championship, Intercontinental Championship. During that match, it was actually a pretty decent match.
Yes.
Dom and Carlito did come out to try and help Finn, like give him support and everything, and then
Dumbass Dom and
so
clueless Carlito.
Carlito was distracting the ref while Dom tried to help Finn get Braun Breaker away from him. It caused Finn to lose his balance on the rope.
On the turnbuckle.
While trying to help.
And inadvertent nut shot, essentially.
Yep, it caused Finn to lose his balance, hurt himself, and that took Braun to be able to win and retain.
Yeah.
So after that, Carlito and Dom attacked Braun. After the match, Penta came out to help Braun, kind of grabbed his title, looked at it, and then
handed it back
to him.
Because honestly, there is no disrespect there. It's just, I've called my shot. I want this title. I'm gonna let you know, hey, I want this title, but here you go. You know?
And then they announced some things for next week. Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra for the Intercontinental Women's title. CM Punk will be at Raw next week. A-Town Down Under versus Jay, and a mystery opponent who fans are speculating that it's going to be Joe Hendry, but we have not been told.
I have not heard that, but I would be okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, but I saw a thing on one of the wrestling pages that there's speculation Joe Hendry might pop up. Hasn't been
in Joe Hendry.
Hasn't been confirmed yet. And then we will have Cody and John under the same roof again next week.
Yep. So that wrapped up Raw.
We are going to jump into Tuesday's NXT. March 18th. It started off with Chelsea versus Sol Ruca for the U.S. Women's Championship.
God.
Did that match?
Chelsea had Piper Niven and Alba Fire in her corner, and Sol Ruca had Ashante the Adonis in her corner.
She had Zarya. You're thinking of...
Oh, fuck.
Excuse him.
My brain.
Sol Ruca had Zarya in her corner.
Yes. I was just thinking about what happened during that other match.
Yep, you're
my brain.
ahead.
My brain.
So
my brain sucks. If you haven't realized.
Unfortunately, Chelsea retained because Sol Ruca got distracted with Zarya trying to assist her by taking out Alba Fire. Piper Niven took out Zarya, and then Sol Ruca took out Piper, and that opened up Chelsea to get the victory because of the distraction.
Yeah,
it was a good match though.
Yeah, I'll give it that. It was a good match. Actually, we need to pause on the NXT. We did not rate Raw.
Oh, yeah.
So
we can go back at the end and rate them both.
You know what? That works too. Continuing on. Let's go.
We had Stephanie Vakir come to the ring for her in-ring promo. She is the new NXT Women's Champion.
Alongside
her UK Championship. North American, yep.
See, it's not just my brain. It's not just my brain.
Nope.
Let's redo that. She is the brand new NXT Women's Champion, and she is also the Women's North American. And there I go to fuck it up too.
Yep. So while she's doing her in-ring promo, she says if anybody wants to step up to come out, and of course Jordan Grace, because she beat Roxanne, she thinks she has earned her shot, And
I mean, she has been pretty impressive since
yeah, but
she debuted.
you just got there. Wait your turn.
No.
So because
if
of that,
you don't call your shot, you get looked over.
So because of that, Jada Parker came out of nowhere and attacked
Literally.
Jordan Grace and basically told her, "Sit your ass down. You at the back of the line."
Yeah, pretty much.
Jada Parker called
Parker.
her shot. Yeah.
Parker literally said the same thing that you said to Jordan Grace. You just got here. I've been here. I've been doing my shit. I'm taking this opportunity.
Yep. So next week it'll be Jada Parker versus Stephanie Vakir. And then later in the evening we saw that Fallon Henley will get her rematch next week for the North American title. So Stephanie not only has one match, she's got two next week.
Yeah. Playing double duty over here. But you know what? I'm confident enough that she has it in her to retain both.
Yep.
So, we will see though, but I think she can do it.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
We've seen it happen before, where somebody has to do multiple matches in a night, and they come out with the victory on both of them. I think she's got it in her to do that.
I think she's got the capability
And
to do it, yeah.
you actually told me something interesting about her, like why or how she ended up with at NXT.
Yeah, so when she was signing with the company, they were going to offer her a spot on the main roster. But she felt that she still had some stuff to learn. She still has to increase her English and everything. So she chose to sign with NXT to better her ability before moving up.
Yeah. She felt that she would be a good fit with NXT, whereas she wouldn't be as on par with the main roster talent at that point. So, honestly, I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
when you can sit here, you're offered to go straight to the top, and you say, no, I feel like I'm not there. I like the fact that you think that I'm good enough for that, but I don't think I'm there, so I'm going to go here and develop myself more before I take that opportunity to go up here. I can respect the fuck out of that, honestly.
Definitely. Much respect.
Yes. Continue.
We then had Josh Briggs and Inamura versus Hank and Tank.
I did not care about that whatsoever.
That match.
Like,
Hank and Tank were trying to be extreme because of the Hardys, but they fell flat.
They're trying to put themselves on that like take their talent to go to the next level by doing something different, you know. So they thought, hey, let's kind of use our idols, the Hardys, and do some of what they did. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad match. There was some good spots.
Yeah.
But there's no real storyline to it. And so it just kind of, without there being a reason for it, it kind of takes away from some of the entertainment factor.
Yeah. We then had the D'Angelo family versus the Cullings. That match was pretty good.
Yeah.
Up until we see backstage Tony D getting attacked by the Dark State, which then distracted the D'Angelo family, and the Culling took advantage of that and won.
To the Dark State. That's the official name for that new faction with the new Shield. They're calling themselves the Dark State. Just so you know. Yeah, we finally have a fucking name for these guys.
Yep.
But yes, they attacked D'Angelo, which the only reason he wasn't out there is because Stax, who is like the right-hand man, what the fuck is his actual title?
I don't remember.
Pretty much, he's the right-hand man to D'Angelo. I just realized how loud that motherfucker is. That shit's probably annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had to do some laundry. But Stax was like, hey, we got this. Trust us. We can do this. We want you to stay back here because we don't want you being in the line of fire of anybody from the Culling.
Yep.
So, I get why, but ultimately it didn't do any good because the Dark State jumped them 4-on-1, beat the shit out of them.
Yep.
So.
Then we had JC Jane versus Carmen. And
that's where
the Adonis, he tried to give Carmen a chair, and it distracted her, and she told him no, that she wasn't using it. And
she didn't want to win the match
that way
by
and
cheating.
JC took advantage of that, and she got the win.
Yep.
Then we had Ricky Saints versus Ridge Holland. Ricky won.
Of course.
So Ridge had the upper hand for a good part of that match.
Yeah.
So it was surprising that Ricky got the one. So congrats.
Congrats to your in-ring debut singles match.
Your first singles match in the company.
Because
your first match in general was
a tag team match. But this was his first singles match. So congratulations to getting the win on that one.
And then for the final match, it was Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe in an underground match. As soon as the bell rung, Trick hit Eddie with a fucking trick shot and knocked his ass out. That match was done in record time. Trick called out Oba, wanting his title back, and then you just see the Dark State appear in the crowd. Javon Evans tries to get in the ring, get in between Oba and Trick.
Which is a bold fucking move to get in between two big ass guys like that.
Trick shoved him away, and then Oba and Trick start fighting.
Prefacing that though, there was a backstage segment where Javon Evans was trying to talk to Trick. Hey, bro, like these guys, like, they're not going after just this person or this person. They're going after everybody. Keep your eye out. Trick's like, I ain't like you. You not like me. They not like us. They not like us. But pretty much saying, I ain't got to worry about them. Like, they ain't going to come after me. And if they do, I'm going to beat their ass, you know. He really thinks he's untouchable at this moment.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to the end of the match, you know, he beat fucking Eddie Thorpe like it was fucking nothing. Like she said, hit the trick shot, started doing some ground and pound, and boom, that was pretty much it. So now he calls out Oba. They get face to face. Javon comes out. Hey, look, I told you. Like, they're right there. You know, I told you. They shove him away. They start scrapping. Javon tries to break it up. Oba
tosses him like he's
literally just yeets him out of the fucking ring. Mind you, there's no ropes because underground matches, there's no ropes. So he literally just straight off the fucking ring.
Trick and Oba continue to fight, and then out of nowhere, Oba gets a cutter by Javon, and Trick's just like,
okay. Meanwhile, at this point, Dark State, they've closed in, but they were like, okay, you know what?
We don't feel the need to go down there.
Yeah.
I think we've made our point tonight. They're just like nodding their heads to each other.
And they kind of slowly start backing away as you see Trick and Javon Evans. They're kind of looking at each other. Then they're looking down at Oba, looking at each other, and cut to black.
Yeah.
So that was the end of NXT. Pretty good match. As far as rating goes, I said match, I meant show.
Yeah.
As far as the rating goes, I'd give that like a 7.
Mm-hmm. And then Monday Night Raw.
It's hard to give that a good rating just because I'm irritated at how they cut certain spots that shouldn't have been cut so much. Yes, the Jay in Theory match.
So I'd say 5.5.
I was gonna give it a 6, so pretty much right there next to each other. But overall, we're getting a pretty good. We've got a pretty decent week so far.
Yep.
We'll see how SmackDown is. And obviously that'll be the next part of this video.
Yep.
Is SmackDown. We're just not there yet.
Yeah.
So once we watch SmackDown, we'll be hitting you with the recap on that. So for us, it's like 2 days. For y'all, it's like 2 seconds. So, alright. So, now for March 21st Smackdown coverage.
Don't mind my hair, it's kind of poofy.
Padoofy.
Yes.
So Randy comes out to address the whole Kevin Owens situation shit. But before you can even say anything, Kevin Owens comes out himself, says that he's sorry for how he attacked him, hitting him with the pile driver.
That he should have gone after Cody, not him, and taken it out on him when he didn't do anything.
Pretty much saying Cody deserved it, Sammy deserved it, but Randy, you didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
So let's put it all behind us. We almost had tag team gold together, so let's come together, and at WrestleMania we could go for the titles. Fucking Randy pretty much is like, let me take a second to think about that. Yeah, no. At WrestleMania, we're gonna face each other, and I'm gonna beat the ever-living shit out of you.
And then I'm going to kick you so hard. Yeah, he's waiting for that punt kick.
Aren't we all, though?
At this point, yes. We want to see 09 Randy again.
Yeah. So that's pretty much how SmackDown had kicked off. After that, we had Drew and Damian recap because Drew interfered in... hold on. Sorry about that. Phone call came in. Had to take care of that real quick. Anyways, where were we? Oh, yeah. So, Damian had a match with Shinsuke last week. Drew came out, causing distractions, interfering, all that shit. So, they recapped that from last week. And Damian Priest and Jimmy Uso had a match with Nakamura and Drew McIntyre. Loki, I don't understand why Jimmy got put into that.
Because he's been having issues with Drew anyway. So they thought it'd be best for him to tag with Damian, who's now having issues with Drew. Plus, with Shinsuke still being heel, he needed a tag partner.
I understand Shinsuke being in there. I understand Drew. I understand Damian. Unless that was kind of a way for Jimmy to boost himself up to try and go for LA Knight's title, since Shinsuke is the former United States. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me is why Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I do see your point as far as Jimmy having issues with Drew as well. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense, but at face value, it seemed like they just randomly threw somebody. But
they needed Jimmy to have something to do.
Fucking right.
He's still trying to get that WrestleMania spot like anybody else.
I mean, let's be honest. The Usos together, great team. Apart, despite apparently a lot of hate, Jay doing his thing on his own.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's kind of just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Jimmy is still trying to figure out where he wants to go with his singles.
Yeah.
But Jay's already made that name for himself. Yep. Main event Jay Uso already won the Intercontinental Championship. On top of all the tag titles, Royal Rumble winner. He's making that name for himself. Jimmy's still figuring that out.
Yeah.
He'll get there.
But back to the point, Damian Priest, Jimmy Uso versus Shinsuke and Drew McIntyre. Drew is on the way out during his intro, and Damian and Jimmy are already out there, and Shinsuke too.
Yep.
Damian said, fuck it, I'm not waiting for your ass to walk down this long ass fucking ramp.
Oh, yeah.
Meets him halfway up the ramp, and those two just start slugging it out. As they're fighting, they're kind of getting closer to the ring. Shinsuke comes out there, and both Drew and Shinsuke start teaming up on Damien and Jimmy decides, fuck it, Uso flying.
Yep, we
So,
all.
does a dive onto all of them. They end up getting back organized or whatever. Into the ring. Match finally
begins.
starts. Officially starts. It was a good, decent pace. Not high flyer, like quick and fast paced.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot of dead spots either. So that was pretty much the whole tone for the match was just a good pace back and forth, considering you got two big ass guys. You've got a striker, and then what would you classify Jimmy as? Because he does some of the high flying shit, but he's not like luchador status, high flying, crazy flippy shit.
I mean, he's from the Samoan dynasty, so I mean, he's got the power.
Yeah,
and
he's got some power
flying,
to him, but
so he's a mixture.
Okay. So I mean, but the fact that you've got Drew McIntyre, who's a powerhouse, you've got Damian Priest as a powerhouse, it's going to slow down that pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's a bad thing. But you're not going to see, like, consistent spot, you know?
Yeah.
Priest did get the win in the match to just immediately be attacked by Drew McIntyre from behind in typical McIntyre fashion, because he can't do anything but, like, he can't do shit face to face. He always attacks from behind, and he always gets on fucking social media and becomes a keyboard warrior. Like, his whole thing is a Scottish warrior. Nah, bitch, you turned into a whiny ass keyboard warrior. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
all he does is bitch.
Bitch.
So that was the end of that match. We then had a backstage segment. Knight walked up to Strowman and says he'll be watching their match because it's Strowman versus Jacob for a number one contendership for his title. Strowman.
Technically, LA was saying that he'll keep his eye on the match because, you know, when you got
The
Jacob
numbers
out
game.
there, the numbers game, because Solo's always out there, Tamatonga's always out there. That's when it was revealed through Strowman that Nick Aldis had said that whoever wins this match is number one contender for
his title.
LA Knight's title. So, I mean, regardless, Knight was going to have Strowman's back. But with that information being put into it, it's definitely I really need to watch this match.
Yeah.
As far as, like, the best interest for LA Knight.
Yeah.
So after that segment, though, we had Tiffany and Charlotte's sit-down interview. That was the stupidest shit on the show tonight.
They were gonna let Tiffany talk first, but Charlotte, being who she is, fucking cut her off and says the Queen speaks first.
Shut the fuck up.
And as Charlotte was talking, Tiffany returned the favor and cut her off and says the fans don't want her back. And she's right. Yeah. We don't care if she's there or not.
It was...
Most of the time it's better off without her because she's annoying and all she does is ride the coattails of her father.
Yeah. Which, don't get me wrong, her dad put in that fucking work, so I respect the Ric Flair name.
But now because he's got that, he's trying to get his daughter pushed so much to break his record.
My issue is the fact that it's like...
He's basically paying WWE to put Charlotte Flair in front of everybody else.
Which, at that point, it's almost like he doesn't believe that she could do it on her own.
Exactly.
And she's perfectly fine just letting her daddy...
cover it all for her.
Yeah. Like, bro, come on. Nobody fucking likes you. Nobody wants you here. I'm pretty sure that pop at fucking Royal Rumble was force-fed fucking sounds.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, because, okay, it's no secret WWE does this shit. When they want a certain crowd reaction from a character and they don't think that they're going to get that crowd reaction that they want,
They'll use sound effects.
They force feed in cheers or boos or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they don't got to do that with Dom, because nobody fucking likes Dom. But it's no secret that WWE does this shit.
Same with Logan Paul.
They won't admit it, but it is no secret that they do that to help manipulate the storylines. But pretty much, that whole interview was nothing but Tiffy trying to get some words in and Charlotte cutting her off. And finally Tiffy was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to talk over you. Nobody fucking wants you here. And I'm like, go ahead, badass Barbie. Show that praying mantis what the fuck is up. Bitch. Look, I can't stand her.
Nobody
Can't stand her.
Nobody can. Like, I don't know how she is outside of the business, but no.
I don't know. I can't speak to facts, but I feel like she's a bitch outside the business, just like she's a bitch inside the business.
I mean, she's been married 3 times, and she wasn't married long to
Andrade.
Yeah. He came back to WWE for her, and they divorced.
Yeah. But
just like that.
Let's not get into a lot of the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Unless that's what you guys want to hear, too. I mean...
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
But, anywho, we had the Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. It was slow-paced, but good, because they're both powerhouses.
I mean, you've got a fucking giant and...
a man who does not know how to stay the fuck down.
Yeah, like that. You're talking about, like, 2 brick walls.
Yeah.
Clashing against each other.
Constantly.
Like, then I need to give Jacob his credit. Not that I wouldn't anyways, because Jacob's my guy. Fatu! This motherfucker, for being the size that he is, to do that damn top rope move, where he jumps on the middle, jumps up to the top, and then does a fucking moonsault perfectly? Like, bro. And, I mean, we've talked about it. You're like, how does this motherfucker do this? And I was like, well, he's lost some weight since he got, between his time with the Indies and going to WWE.
Yeah.
He lost some of the weight. But even before he lost the weight, he was doing that shit. He was doing that, like, bro, that shit is crazy. That's like Eric and Ivar.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, what is it? Ivar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He be getting on the top rope doing shit that a big-ass motherfucker like him should not be doing.
Yeah.
Like, the big boys in WWE ain't like the big boys back in the day. These motherfuckers got some real want to do some high-flying shit. I'm like, bro, you scared me here. Stop. I mean, go for it, but stop.
I mean, if they can do it,
yeah, if they can do it, do it. But it's still one of those, like, if you try and compare them to the big boys, like Vader. Actually, no, Vader was doing, because he did his bomb, the Vader bomb off of the middle rope. You rarely saw people Vader's size during that era going to the top rope.
Right.
Like, Brock Lesnar doing that fucking, that flip onto, I think it was Kurt Angle from the top rope.
Yeah.
Was crazy. You know? Granted, that kind of flopped because he didn't get the distance he needed to perfectly hit that fucking, that move. But, you get my point. Like, that was crazy in itself for that time period. And now you've got a lot of big guys doing so much high-flying shit that it's like, yo, I, as a 5'6" motherfucker weighing roughly 180, am not doing shit like that. And you've got this motherfucker who's over here probably 6 foot, like 300 fucking pounds. Doing moonsaults off a goddamn fucking top ropes. That shit is crazy as fuck to me. Anyways, back to the actual match though. It was a slow-paced match, but it was a good match. Despite the fact that there wasn't a lot of dead space between spots, I'm saying it was slow paced also because of the fact that there was a lot of slow movements, you know. Just because, again, you've got two big boys in this motherfucker. Just meat slapping meat.
Anywho.
Sorry, I had to take the words out of Big E's mouth. Meat.
Braun.
Meat. Okay, I'll shut up. Yeah, go ahead.
Braun got the upper hand a good bit. Tama and Solo doing their thing. They interfered because they thought Jacob needed assistance. But unfortunately it caused a DQ on Jacob's part and he was pissed.
Yeah. So technically Braun Strowman won that match. So as far as for the future of this shit goes, they can either play it off as, alright, well, Braun Strowman, you're now number one contender since you technically won even though it was by DQ, or they can run that shit back with everybody barred from ringside.
Yep.
I'm okay with either, because low-key, this whole Braun Strowman and fucking Jacob Fatu fighting each other, fire matches every time.
Which, in all honesty, I think it would be a lot more fair because of the DQ.
Yeah.
Because Tama and Solo interfered. And with Jacob being pissed off because they interfered, I think they should run it back.
He didn't want that shit.
He wanted to earn that spot for number one contender.
Yeah, he wanted to prove that shit.
But LA came out to assist Braun. Then later on in the evening, we see backstage Jacob is throwing shit, tearing shit apart.
Oh, yeah.
He was pissed.
Fucking pissed. Throwing trash cans, throwing whole ass pallets like it's a goddamn piece of paper.
He told Solo and Tama to stay the fuck out of his matches. Yeah. That he didn't need them out there. Yeah. If he wanted them out there, they would have come out to begin with. But
like Solo's trying to apologize. Oh, we thought that you needed the help. It looked like you needed help. Blah 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 blah. And Jacob's like, bro, I fucking had that shit. Y'all come in there, fuck that shit up for me. Got me a fucking loss. Got me DQ'd. I don't need y'all's fucking help. So the next time that you think about it, don't. And walk the fuck off, and Tonga just kind of looks at Solo like, yo, we done fucked up, man.
Yeah. They already having issues, and now they just caused more of a issue.
Let them fucking mess up one more time. I can see Jacob turning and
not accidentally hitting Solo.
Yeah. I don't see him really going after Tonga. No. But
Solo, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because Solo's the one telling Tama to do anything.
Exactly.
Tama right now is just...
He's a lackey.
He's the lackey who follows orders.
Don't get me wrong. Somehow he got a catchphrase that's over. Yeah.
So after that, we had Zelina versus Piper. It was really slow paced.
That shit was slow for no fucking reason.
Piper didn't let Zelina gain any momentum. And then the numbers game got to Zelina, so unfortunately she lost.
Yeah.
Piper Niven won.
Like, as far as the pace of that match, I get it that Piper Niven, being a bigger girl, she's going to have slower paced matches.
Yeah, but she's also a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And Zelina is tiny.
Zelina is a fucking high flyer. Like, so for it to have been as slow paced as it was made no sense to me.
Zelina's still not where she needs to be, though.
No.
Especially when it comes to the big girls.
But
she's got the high flying isn't always going to work, especially with a big powerhouse like Niven.
Oh, yeah.
She automatically caught Zelina anytime she tried to do a high flying move.
Mm-hmm.
It did not work. Zelina's got to figure out how to change her strategies when it comes to her opponents.
Yeah, she needs to figure out...
Adapting.
Yeah, she needs to adapt to the situation and figure out how to take on the bigger opponents.
Yep.
Unfortunately, because she's on Smackdown and not Raw anymore, she can't just sit here and, hey, Ray, how the fuck do you do it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she can still contact him in some shape or form.
But we're not going to see any of that.
No.
Because let's take it back to, I think it was still Attitude Era. Rey Mysterio beats the Great Khali.
He's beat Big Show.
He's beat Big, like, he is the biggest underdog, or what the fuck was the name that they were giving him? The littlest underdog or some shit like that?
Yeah.
But Ray knows how to sit here, and whether it's somebody Chavo and Eddie size, or it's somebody Batista size, or Great Khali, fucking Big Show, doesn't matter the size, he knows how to make the shit work.
He knows how to adapt to his opponents.
That's what Zelina needs to figure out. Because she's good when it's somebody about her size or a little bit bigger. It's when she hits the big powerhouses that she struggles in those matches.
Like, even with the match between her and Rhea Ripley, she did phenomenal in
that
match.
That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody her size or somebody in the general striker size, she's good. It's just the big powerhouses, the heavyweights.
Yep, that she's got to figure out how to.
And I swear to God, if somebody wants to take that like I'm body shaming, I'm not.
No.
I'm just being honest. Piper Niven is a big girl. Nia Jax is a big girl.
Like, we've already discussed that while, yes, they are big,
they still do their thing. Except for Nia Jax. Granted, I will give her flowers. She has improved. At first, Nia Jax could not throw a punch and land it in a way that didn't hurt somebody. She did not know how to throw her weight around at first. But she's gotten better. And I will... That part. She's definitely improved.
Yeah. She
still annoys the fuck out of me. But I will give her flowers, and she has improved. But Zelina, back to her. I see that she can go ahead with more experience, get to that point where she ends up like Ray, and it doesn't matter who her opponent is or how big her opponent is, she'll be able to do justice.
Like, don't get me wrong.
She just needs that experience.
Zelina's been in the wrestling business for a while. She was in TNA with Sarita. She was known as Rosita. Now, with that, watching that, Sarita did most of the work.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they ended up tag champs. Now, don't get me wrong, she had her moments, but she doesn't have the in-ring experience to figure out how to adjust to her opponents.
Right.
And she needs...
that's not us trying to shit talk her or anything. It's just, we see where the flaws are, but I also see where she can go ahead and get to that point of being able to overcome those flaws and be a better wrestler.
How I'm sure even Alistair would help her and figuring out how
because they are married.
Yeah, to deal with.
That is such an odd couple to me.
Yeah.
Because he is nothing but that darkness, and she's like this feisty Latina, and it works apparently though. Yeah, and she's obsessed with anime.
Like, they got together and then immediately got married.
I love it. I do.
Yeah. But I'm sure asking advice from
Just
Ray
I'm
and then Alistair. Ray and Alistair could give her two different opinions on how to adjust to her opponents.
Yeah.
But it's the doing it in the ring when she's not wrestling. That way she gets the practice and gets to figure out how to adjust to certain opponents.
Because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes during the training and shit like that.
It's possible she's already doing it.
Exactly. And
it's just she's got to know how to do it on camera.
Right. You also have to take into account some of the story writing too. If the story writing says that she's supposed to pretty much not have the upper hand at all in this match, that's what she has to go for.
Yeah. And that's what she more than likely went for.
While we're talking about what Zelina needs to work on, we also need to factor in the fact that if that's how the match was written, then that's how the match is fucking written.
Yeah.
It just does not show good for her talent.
No.
It makes it look... Because if you exclude the fact that it is scripted and this, that, and the third, and that there's storylines, you know? It's an entertainment broadcast. It's not MMA where you've got two people who want to beat the shit out of each other and whoever wins.
Yeah.
You know, there is a storyline to it. So if you take that out and you look at it purely from the standpoint of wrestling, that match did not make her look good.
No, it did not.
So.
Plus, they need to start banning Chelsea and Alba.
Oh
from
my god. Because low key, it probably would have been a better match if those two did not interfere.
And every time, either Chelsea's in the ring and Piper and Alba are now ringside, or even Piper just by herself being ringside. She is a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah. Like, it is hard to get past her.
Yeah.
Again, the metaphor of brick wall.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was that match that somebody hit, or I think Corey Graves or whoever one of the commentators had said she is a brick wall that moves.
Yep.
Like, it's hard to get past her. So, I think it was a pretty decent match. Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, even though it was more slow paced than I like my matches to come out.
It wasn't Ring of Honor slow paced though.
It was not. Oh my god. And that's honestly why we dropped trying to do coverage on Ring of Honor.
Plus, it would have, with so many shows between WWE, AEW,
and then throwing TNA in there,
and then their respective
that's
pay-per-views.
6 shows right there. Plus, plus the pay-per-views.
Way too much for us to try and add another thing because we're already overloaded with the ones we have. We don't want to add more.
Well, I wouldn't say overloaded. It's
keeping
just more
up with each video and making sure they post on time, and
that's low key something that I'm looking into.
Because
everything I've done has been from my phone, recording, editing, and uploading. And I've noticed that I'm having an issue as far as the upload time.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to start doing from now is we'll record on my phone. I'll move it over to my laptop, do my editing on a program on my laptop, and upload from there and see if that allows it to upload more on time.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get back into this instead of the extra gibberish.
We had a recap between Cody Rhodes and John Cena from Monday Night Raw. Yeah, we all know what happened there.
Yeah, we're not going to recap their recap because you guys literally just heard that from our Monday Monday Night Raw
recap
section of the video. There we go.
Then they have officially announced that it will be Randy versus Kevin at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That is their way into WrestleMania.
I'm hoping, since we do still have some time, that they'll push that feud and change the match to something more than just a one-on-one.
Yeah. Because with Randy wanting a punt kick, he can't really do that on a one-on-one.
I mean, yeah, he can.
He might get in trouble, though.
It's not banned anymore. How's he going to get in trouble?
Well, fair enough.
Who's going to know?
But, anyway, we had...
Sorry. I just feel for that, as personal as that rivalry, like, as severe as the rivalry is, like, everything surrounding Kevin Owens, at this point, a one-on-one doesn't do justice.
I don't think they're going to change it to a street fight.
I don't
unless
think
absolute necessary, like they did with...
Maybe not a street fight, considering they just had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a...
No holds
barred, which is essentially a fucking street fight. It was the unsanctioned.
Unsanctioned.
That's right. But...
They've had the street match before.
Exactly. I maybe do, like, a tables match or a TLC match.
Yeah.
Something a little more extreme than just a one-on-one.
Yeah, but we don't know where that's going to go yet.
We'll see, though. We've still got...
Till April something? April 19th?
So, yeah, we've got, like, 3 weeks left, I think.
Yeah.
Because April is next week.
They announced on Monday that they had a month left.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, because today's the 22nd.
Yo, WrestleMania's right around the corner. I need to put in days to have that off so I don't have to be at work.
Yeah.
I will deal with that after we're done with this.
Yep. So we then had Kathy Kelly interviewing Jade before her match. Jade tells Naomi to be watching what she does to Liv during their match. So.
Oh, yeah, because essentially once Jade is done with Liv tonight,
it's all Naomi.
Her whole focus is towards Naomi.
Yep. So, Jade Cargill versus Liv with Raquel, since they are a tag team. Liv tries to leave. Jade chased her down the ramp. Not that Raquel noticed at first.
Yeah.
But Jade brings Liv back into the ring before the count out. And then we just see Naomi appear.
Yep.
She's got her hair all poofy, a new look with caution on her outfit.
Darker makeup now.
Yeah, the darker side of the makeup. They didn't even play her glow music.
Well, she came out of the
yes, but even when sometimes they do still play for the last person standing.
I think we're gonna get a new intro for her.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a new intro with the darker side.
She didn't have that whole glow factor about her anymore. So
it's like she's gone back to Team Bad.
Thank God, because I'm sorry, that glow shit never did it for me. It was annoying as fuck to me. I also don't really
try it out.
Naomi doesn't really, I won't say do it for me, but she, that whole glow persona just,
it's something she wanted to try. They gave her a shot.
Good for her on, like, hey, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. The fact that they let her try it.
It was not my.
But Naomi came out to distract Jade. It did not work at first because Liv tried for Oblivion. Jade countered. Because of that, Naomi decided to grab Liv's tag belt and hit Jade in the face with it.
Yeah, once Naomi came out, Jade was way too focused on Naomi to even pay attention to the
match.
The match. Because after she countered the Oblivion, she hit Liv and then put her focus right back to Naomi. And that's when Naomi
hit her with the belt.
Liv hit the Oblivion and
got the win. And then Naomi, of course, attacked Jade after the match.
Which, low-key, how intense she was going, that's the first time that I was actually impressed by Naomi.
Yeah.
So
the dark... But you gotta think, the dark side of Naomi has always been better than the face side of Naomi.
No, yes.
Like, when she was with
the
Team Bad...
The intensity is there.
When she was with Team Bad with Sasha Banks and Tamina, she had that fire underneath her ass.
Yeah, see, at the same time, she was still overshadowed by...
Sasha
and fucking Tamina.
No, nobody really cared about Tamina. I mean, no offense.
Tamina was the powerhouse. She was doing more than Naomi was.
Yes.
In my opinion.
But everybody, it was all about Sasha. And a lot of the teams and a lot of the women made that apparent.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they eventually turned on Sasha.
Yeah.
But that ended that match with Naomi attacking Jade.
Yep.
We then cut to Kathy Kelly finding Drew leaving the arena after his match. And he talked shit about Priest, of course.
Yep.
And
then
then
keyboard warrior type shit, just talking shit.
And then as he's walking away, he runs into Seth. They just kind of stare each other down, and I'm like, why do you look like the purple minion in Seth's outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know, Seth be coming out with the goddamn craziest Lady Gaga-esque fucking outfit, so...
Yeah.
After that, though...
We had the new tag team champions come out, the Street Profits, and they finally
got a new
changed the intro.
And low-key, though, I do not like it.
I mean, it's not bad, but that's why I'm like, did the same person who did Solo's intro do theirs? Because that's what it sounded like. It sounded like
it's
a little similar.
Well, most of the intros are now done by Def Rebel, which, please, for the love of God... No. Like, some of y'all already probably know, like, Def Rebel, when they took over making the entrances, we all of a sudden just started hating, like, 90% of the entrances.
Like, don't get me wrong, some of the entrances are really, really good.
Anything Bloodline, Def Rebel did great on.
But
anything else? Yeah. AJ's, Braun Breaker, Jordan Grace.
AJ still got the phenomenal music, though.
It's different. If you actually look back at his entrance music before Def Rebel and now, there is a slight difference. They've just kept that phenomenal thing there, but it hit.
Well, you
don't
did
hit
this
right.
one because of your commentary in it.
Street
Profits.
Oh yeah. Alright, so as we were saying, Street Profits come out with a new entrance that sucks. The crowd hits them with the "You deserve it. You deserve it." Yeah. So I hit them with that.
Because mind you, it's been 4 years since they held the tag titles.
Yeah.
2021 was the last time they held it.
Yep. So, they kind of talk a little bit, talk about how it's been a long time. Like she said, it's been 4 fucking years. It's been a long time, but your boys finally did it. And then fucking Angle and Burrito and Escoboring came out to talk some shit.
So, with the shit talk that he's doing, it's Angel, Berto, and Escobar.
Yeah, that's what I said. Angle, Burrito, and Escoboring.
Angle.
Angle.
But I know. I know. That's why I had to clarify, because a lot of people don't know their actual names. So saying that, they're going to think, oh, Angle, Burrito,
And Escoboring. Yeah.
Escoboring's not really doing much but being the manager for Angel and Berto.
Yeah, Angle and Burrito. Anyways, so those 3 dipshits come out, start talking some bullshit, and then Pretty Dumbasses come out.
They're
Mind you, they're the number 1 contenders.
Yes, boy.
Kill me. So yeah, just a whole bunch of bullshit, shit talking, all that. Street Profits challenge the Scratch Marks to a match.
Mind you,
Angle and Burrito.
Yeah, they have those claw marks on their chest.
Yeah.
That, for some reason, a lot of the tag teams have, because even Eddie Edwards and his former tag team partner would come out, and they were known as the Wolves.
See, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
There is nothing in these guys' fucking persona that says why they should have that.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they have it, but that's just something they'd wear.
Honestly, when I see that shit, all I think of is the stupid claw mark decals that the Dodge Boys put on their fucking shit.
And a lot of people are wanting Berto to get a singles push right now. They think he'd be better off as a singles competitor. Because, yes, he's got the in-ring capability. It's just every time he comes in, they stick him in a tag team. We have not seen him as
a solo run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd actually kind of like to see how he does.
I mean, yeah. I would too.
I've seen Angel by himself. He's pretty good, but he hasn't had that push. Santana, Escobar.
Seen what?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Santos.
Yeah,
Santos.
Santina, Santana.
I keep calling him Santino. I don't care. Fuck it. Anyway,
so yeah, Street Profits challenge the Scratch Marks to a match since they want to fight. Well, bet.
We'll give you guys
the Street Profits are up, and we want the smoke.
They gave them a match for the titles, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. No, it wasn't for the titles. Just straight tag team match.
Okay. I don't remember.
Oh wait, no, maybe it was for the titles.
Yeah. Street Profits retained.
Okay.
They gave them a shot at the titles. They lost.
Don't care.
And then we had a backstage segment between Pretty
Dumbasses, DIY, and Motor City Machine Guns. It's my boys.
Yep.
Have been since TNA.
Oh yeah, I've known Chris Sabin for a while.
Yeah. But, Pretty Deadly and DIY are seen talking. DIY talking about, hey, how about, you help us, we'll help you. And they're like, oh, the whole you scratch our back, we scratch your back thing? Yeah, no boys.
Yeah,
and then walk off.
After they did them dirty, why the fuck they gonna have their backs again? Like, y'all can't be trusted. Maybe they aren't
that much dumbasses. They at least learned their fucking lesson this time. So, Pretty Deadly walks off, And that's when Motor City Machine Guns walk up behind them, kind of scare them, and they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, no, sorry, didn't mean to scare you, it's just us, the guys that you screwed over,
that you turn your back on our friendship over a decade or so.
Yeah.
That was mainly towards Gargano.
You asshole.
We know it's just for the storyline.
Oh, yeah, no, they're still good friends.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Behind the scenes. But, still, for kayfabe purposes.
Yep.
You turned your back on us.
Y'all are still owed an ass whooping because of that shit.
But we'll cash in on that later.
Yep.
Type shit. After that...
We had Roman and the Wise Men head to the ring.
I thought there was another match between that.
No. There was not.
Okay. Well, Roman and the Wise Men show up, head to the ring. Paul hands the OTC.
Or the YTC
yeah,
now.
as his shirt says. Hands Roman the mic in typical fashion. The crowd starts chanting something in Italian because they were in Italy for Smackdown. So I can't tell you what the fuck they were saying because I don't speak fucking Italian. I could barely speak fucking English, as y'all see me blunder. So yeah, crowd chants something in Italian. I'm assuming positive because it's Roman Reigns. Roman tells the crowd to acknowledge him. There we go. States that Punk screwed him and Seth. Punk screwed him, so he screwed Punk. Seth tried to kill him, so he tried to kill him last week. So essentially he was getting his payback. And if anybody wants to confront him, bring your asses out here.
And of course,
Seth Rollins' music hits.
Yep. Now, he is not known as Seth freaking Rollins anymore.
Yeah, he's just Seth Rollins.
Yep, they took the title away. Just like with Dirty Dom and Big Bronson Reed, they have taken their titles away.
Yeah, it's just Dominic Mysterio, Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins instead of Seth freaking Rollins, Big Bronson Reed, and Dirty Dom.
Now, I'm not exactly sure why they took the titles away.
I don't know.
But they have just gone back to Seth Rollins, the revolutionary on his entrance.
I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary.
Seth came out, the crowd doing their normal thing, singing his intro. Yep, he got to the ring, and before he could speak, they were still doing it, so he gave it time to die down. And then he decides to start talking.
Seth says that Roman messed up last week by interfering.
He should have let him had the chance to end CM Punk.
Yeah.
That CM Punk is a problem for the business.
Yeah, that essentially you spared somebody that should have been Old Yellard. And that's what Seth was trying to do, but you fucked up by getting in the middle of the match. Fucking bet. Then, per usual, interrupting Seth, Punk's music hits.
Yep, right on cue.
As Punk is on his way out, the crowd's singing his song. He's singing his own song too. I say his own, but technically it's In Living Color's song.
He had to get permission to use it.
Yeah. One of the only songs that, or intros that we have that isn't a generated song. It's an actual song.
Yep.
Seth Rollins drops his mic, is rubbing his eyes, like, Jesus fucking Christ, really?
And then, of course, Paul looks concerned.
Paul looks scared. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Why are you out here? This isn't even your show.
It's more, and you can see him mouth. I can't remember what he mouthed, but it was more like, oh shit.
This isn't gonna be good.
Yeah.
Punk gets a mic, just sits on top of the fucking turnbuckle, and said something. Oh yeah, neither one of you, Tribal Chief, you, Grimace, because Seth is wearing all purple, have not beaten me one-on-one. Like,
Ever.
It takes both of y'all to beat me. Calls out Roman, saying that he didn't screw him because, Royal Rumble, it's every man for themselves, so over the rope you go.
Yeah.
Granted.
Took out Roman and Seth at one time.
Yeah. He wouldn't, or Punk saying that Roman wouldn't have even made it to the Royal Rumble if it weren't for the fact that he helped the Bloodline at Survivor Series.
And
then
saved their asses.
Yeah, then looks at fucking Paul Heyman and goes, oh, and thank you for serving your tribal chief up on a silver platter.
For me tonight.
Roman kind of, huh?
Because he still owed a favor from Paul. And Paul's like, now? He's like, no. We'll get to that later. But thank you for serving up your tribal chief on a silver platter for me tonight.
Yeah. Roman kind of turns around, stares Paul Heyman in the face. Yeah. Punk doing his normal mind games.
Because, mind you, Paul Heyman was a CM Punk guy before Roman Reigns ever entered the picture.
Exactly. So, yeah. Roman Reigns turns around, starts staring at Paul Heyman. Punk leaps off of the turnbuckle and just starts attacking Roman.
He hit him with the mic to the back.
Yeah. Ensues the three-man brawl.
Yeah, because it took Seth a minute
to register what the fuck was going on.
No, he gave it a minute. He's like, should I get in the middle? Should I join in this? And of course, he grabbed CM Punk first, started wailing on him.
Yeah.
Mind you, Paul Heyman's already gotten out of the ring at this point.
That man was probably halfway back to the U.S. by the time that they fucking Seth entered the picture. But, these three just going back and forth between the three of each other, just beating the shit out of each other. Security comes out.
Rollins goes back for Roman. Roman's knocked out of the ring. Fights Punk for a little bit longer. Seth doing his normal thing. He dived onto Roman and Punk.
Yeah.
Roman hits Punk and Rollins with steps.
Mm-hmm.
With security still out there. And the show ends with them still fighting.
Yeah. Would not be surprised if come next Smackdown, they just come out of the fucking backstage still fighting.
I'm expecting a triple threat at Mania.
Oh yeah, if they don't, I'd be pissed.
Oh, yeah,
at this point, I would be fucking pissed.
They're all trying to get their way to WrestleMania, and that would be a good match for either night one or night two. Surefire away, whether it be a main event or not.
Yeah.
Because CM Punk is still trying to main event
I
WrestleMania.
want my main event at WrestleMania. He's done everything but main event WrestleMania.
And the entire time he's been with WWE over the decades, even with his little sabbatical for the 10 years he was gone.
Yeah.
He has never main evented WrestleMania.
Yep.
That is one thing he wants to knock off his bucket list. And then he can finally say he has done it all in that business.
He's held every title. He's won Royal Rumble.
Money in the Bank.
No, he has not won. Has he won the Royal Rumble? I know he's won Money in the Bank. He won Money in the Bank. Then the next year, Edge won it, and he ended up fighting Edge for the Money in the Bank contract. Got that, so technically, I guess he's a two-time.
No, he has not won the Royal Rumble yet.
See, that's why I was like, wait a minute, because if he won Royal Rumble, then he would have main evented WrestleMania. Yeah. So that's the two things he's never done.
Yep.
Win Royal Rumble and main event
but
WrestleMania.
If he can main event on one of the shows, even without winning the Royal Rumble,
he's done everything but one thing.
Yep.
But honestly, at this point in the stage, he's not going to be main eventing WrestleMania, excuse me. But maybe next year they have him win Royal Rumble and then main event.
Well, Triple H has already said, depending on the storyline, is who gets the main event of the shows.
Which
it doesn't
I was going to bring that up,
necessarily say that Jay and Gunther, even with what's going on, Jay's already said, even if he's not the last match, he could be the first match, he could be the middle match. He doesn't care.
See, that's something that bothers me, though.
But Triple H has already said, they have to earn their spots for the main event, even though it states main event of WrestleMania if you win the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. That part. That makes no sense. How are you going to say,
yeah,
I won the Royal Rumble, so I get a main event spot at WrestleMania, but then you might not actually be the main event.
Just like
that makes
Bianca,
no fucking sense.
Io, they're supposed to be the main event on one of the shows as well. Bianca won her match at Elimination Chamber, but again, Triple H is stating, depending on the storyline, is who gets the main event.
Well,
of
it's
the
not
show.
necessarily storyline per se. It's based off of what storyline gets the biggest pop is what ends up main eventing.
Yep.
So essentially what they need to do is start referencing Royal Rumble winner as you get a spot at WrestleMania, not you get the main event spot.
Just like Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Mm-hmm. One of them is supposed to get a main event. So it might not even be the women getting the main event. They might be in the middle or at the beginning.
At this point, they're going to push Cody and John as one of the main events.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't know. I don't see them pushing Jay and Gunther because, I mean, their storyline's kind of subpar.
Yeah. I'm all for this push that they're giving Jay. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. He deserves
Unlike
it.
apparently, a lot of people. A
lot of people
aren't. Yeah. They think that he doesn't deserve it. I'm like, bro, he's been doing
himself.
this shit for fucking ever.
And the fact that they are finally pushing him as a singles competitor, and he's doing phenomenal. He's got over with the crowd.
Mm-hmm. He's more of a phenomenal one than the phenomenal one is.
Yes. And AJ's been in that business for like 30-something years, maybe.
Jesus.
Like, I mean, maybe less. Maybe like 20. But
And
still,
that's the full professional wrestling business, not WWE.
Exactly.
Just to get that out there.
Like, he's been in the business. He's known as the phenomenal one, but he's not as over with the crowd right now as Jey Uso.
Side note, I really wish he'd cut his fucking hair.
AJ Styles, in TNA, his hair was short, but since he's let it grow out, that's how he's kept it.
Well, WWE also has a hard-on for guys with long hair, apparently.
AJ Styles in the
look at the Attitude Era. Look at...
I mean, yes.
Like...
But even now, AJ Styles, I think at this point he refuses to even cut his hair. Even when he's not in the company and he's outside.
He doesn't cut his hair.
No.
But...
He might trim it to keep it looking healthy.
Keep it a certain length or whatever. Yeah. But... Point is, I like short hairstyles.
Oh, no.
Short hairstyles always hit different. I don't know what it is, but long hairstyles, no.
Like Triple H had the long hair and then he got it cut, but he
Shawn Michaels
is
had
part
long hair.
of the business. So he runs the business. Now Shawn Michaels had long hair. He cut it.
Undertaker had long hair. He cut it right before he retired.
But a lot of people don't get the luxury when signing their contract to be allowed to cut their hair. Like, even the female wrestlers, if they went to cut their hair, they'd get in trouble and they'd have to wear extensions to fix it.
Point, as far as the men goes, WWE has a hard-on for fucking long hair on their guys. And I don't understand why.
Like, even Drew McIntyre, when he first started, he had long hair. And since then, he's had nothing but long hair. It didn't matter what show he was on.
John Cena was one of the only ones that I could think of.
But John Cena was also in the Marines, so he had that Marine haircut
high
style.
And tight. Yep.
Yeah, he's always been that way.
Wait, no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He has actually, if I'm not mistaken,
Randy Orton was military. John Cena is just a big advocate for the military. Because... Actually, I'm not going to talk deeply on Randy Orton's military career. If you know, you know.
Okay, so he was almost in the Marines.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
He tried to join. Now, even Randy Orton, he was dishonorably discharged.
I was not going to mention it.
But shit happens.
Yeah, we're not going to go too deep into Randy Orton's military career.
I don't know much about it. I just know that aspect. but I don't think there's any bad blood there. Not at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure he still has love for the Marines, because he did, if I'm not mistaken, he was a part of the Marine movies.
Randy?
I think so, yeah. He was in, like, the second one.
Yeah, I think he had, like, not a cameo, but...
No, he was the main star in the second one, because then Dean Ambrose was in the third, and then the rest of them were all Miz.
The Miz, and nobody gave a... I'm sorry, I didn't give a fuck after the first one.
It was John Cena, then Randy Orton, then Dean Ambrose, or John Moxley as he's known now. Then The Miz, with cameos from Maurice, Summer Rae. I think Dolph Ziggler was in a part of one of them at some point, and then Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I don't watch the rest of them. I've seen the first 3.
I saw the first one. That's it.
But then again...
I didn't even care for the first one.
Okay, in my defense, it was my 3 favorite people: John Cena, Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose. So, of course, I'm going to watch their fucking movies.
Oh, God.
My favorite one was, of course, Dean Ambrose, but that's besides the point. Because I started out watching wrestling with my stepdad. So the first person I saw was John Cena. So naturally I watched the first Marine. And then I saw Randy Orton. Then he became my favorite guy. And then as I got older, then Dean Ambrose, when he popped up with the Shield, he became my favorite.
Yeah, Kane was my first favorite.
Of course. Fire. Pyro.
Fire!
Pyro junkie.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't set things on fire anymore.
Fair enough. That we know about. Anywho.
Shush, please.
That is the recap of Smackdown, because this video is almost an hour long, and yeah, we gotta finish this off.
Yeah.
It'll be about 2 hours, and I doubt y'all want to watch all that.
Oh, well.
It happens. We talk
If you're
a lot.
loyal, you'll watch.
But anywho, that is the recap from Smackdown. We will be back for AEW
Yeah,
Collision.
I'm gonna put this together. Upload that today. And then the next video will be our AEW video.
Mm-hmm. That will be
which
posted
will
Monday.
Be oh yeah, Monday. That's right.
Because
I forgot.
It's a 3-night thing.
Yeah, I forgot that AEW is doing Saturday and Sunday. Yep. So for this week, there won't be an upload on Sunday. There will be our AEW video on Monday instead. Yep. So the next time that you see us will be Monday.
Yep.
As per usual, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us we're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Because
this is us constantly, so
yeah.
Love it, hate it. This is us.
Yeah, we will see you guys in the next video.